everybody here. I'm also welcoming any questions. If there are any Q&A, I think it will come up on the screen. I hope so. Let me share my slides. Right. Abdelhadi, could you confirm if the slides are showing?
Yes, it's
Thank you.
clear.
Thank you. I hope this video starts as well. I would like to start actually about a video from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, the President of UAE. The private sector usually is composed of organizations that are privately owned or part of the not part of the government. Usually these are corporations, whether it's profit or non-profit or partnerships or even charity organizations. In UAE, we have even semi-government entities that are tend to be have private sector characteristics, such as free zones or like Etisalat and other companies that have a very private sector kind of characteristics when you work at it. I personally worked more than 20 years in various roles in Etisalat, right recently in Oracle. I was part of Noon.com startup founding team. I've established a few companies of my own, closed a lot of companies. So this, it's a mixed experience there. You get to learn a lot. In the private sector, the challenge is there are way more employment opportunities. You have when you start in a company, even if it's a small company, you get to experience many roles within that company. When I started my career, I was working in a small startup in Internet City. It was partly government owned, but it was a very small niche company that was looking after security and cybersecurity. And this was very early stages in the technology industry in UAE, and cybersecurity was something very, very, very new field. And I started as an engineer there, but then I got to work in many different roles, consulting role, engineering role, whether it's computers, networks, firewalls, security, appliances. I also got to do some hacking. So that's where my hacking experience started. And that's how I actually try to theme this as how you can hack your career. Beyond that, when you are in a small environment and a small company, you get to work in a very fast and dynamic way. And this it gives you an opportunity to experience way more than a smaller, a very specific role. That's one thing. Also, within a smaller companies or private sector, the growth opportunities or fast-growing opportunities are good, and this gives you a much faster growing path in the career. It depends on the organization as well, whether how the management is there, how this company is operating. But many of the times you will follow your passion where you are working, and that gives you a much better job satisfaction than doing a routine job that you're doing.
Sorry, Rashid, but there is no sound.
Oh, I'm sorry.
بل ستنشأ بسواعدكم.
Is this better, Abdulhadi?
Yes, okay.
حتى تتمكنوا من المساهمة في صناعة المستقبل عليكم أن تتوقفوا عن التفكير في الوظيفة الحكومية. لا توجد دولة في المنطقة توفر دعما لمشاريع الناشئة مثل الإمارات. تعد بلدكم أيضا من أكثر الدول سهولة في إنشاء الشركات وإدارة الأعمال، وبدل أن تبحثوا عن وظائف فإنها بإمكانكم أن تنشئوها أنتم، تنشئوا مؤسساتكم، شركاتكم الجديدة والمختلفة بإرادتكم وبعزيمتكم. وظائف المستقبل ستنشأ بسواعدكم.
That's a great statement by His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed, where instead of not only seeking to work in private sector or in companies, but you could actually build your own companies. Today there are a lot of entrepreneurs. UAE is one of the leading countries in the region and on a global scale on startups and entrepreneurship. We have big companies and examples of multi-billion startups that have started from UAE. You have Kareem, which is competing with Uber globally and regionally. You have so many examples of technology companies in financial technologies, fintech, or even in healthcare. So that's a great opportunity. We have a growing also demand and in the retail sector, whether it is F&B, food and beverage, or some other niche verticals. But again, this gives you an opportunity to pursue your own vision. Today, the skills and the knowledge to build your own software or technologies or even your own recipes when it comes, if you're into cooking or other skills, the knowledge is available on so many channels online and otherwise that can help you guide through this. This gives you also your own control and flexibility of owning your own time, give an opportunity to learn and gain knowledge. And of course, since you are a self-employed, when you have your own company, it has its own highs and lows. There's of course, it's a bigger risk, but also a bigger reward when it comes to whether it's rewards of earnings or growth, or as well as your sense of pride and fulfillment of achieving your own and building your own company. There is also a difference between when you are working for a company where you have salary versus you are actually owning your own company, and the rewards are multitudes of that. And many of the startups companies here. We have almost 40 or 50 organizations in UAE, which are either government or privately owned companies that fund startups, and they look for smaller companies that are very unique or have a very nice and niche market that they are tackling. And that way you could even sell a part of your company and earn from these fundings and grow exponentially in terms of your company, whether it's, and many of the companies that startups here not only operate in UAE, but actually scale up and they go to regional other countries and start offices in Saudi, in Oman, and other regional countries. I will end my slide with this.
نحن في دولة الإمارات لازم نعرف الكلتشر بالطرف الآخر، عادات وتقاليد الطرف الآخر. نحن بالنسبة لنا في دولة الإمارات لازم نعرف في جيلكم في عمركم بعد 25 سنة من اليوم لازم نعرف كيف نتعامل مع تشاينا، ولازم نعرف كيف نتعامل مع تشيلي ونوقع عقود وياهم ونفوز نحن بالعقود ونربح شركات إماراتية.
This is exactly what our leadership are inspiring us to do. We have companies here that are actually right now a linking point between Asia and South America and Europe. We are in a geographical position and the infrastructure that is available to us that can really help us bring and bridge that, create that economical bridge between the East and West. So I would really be happy to help and support in any way possible to the community, whether it is any guidance or any advice on that. Oracle also works, and we have an internship program for UAE national graduates, where we bring in graduates and put them in a program. We have a Generation Oracle, Gen O, which are for newly graduated and trained. We used to have a program for startup support. Right now we are refreshing that and working on a different model where entrepreneurs and smaller companies can use Oracle's resources and support to scale up and to be able to go to a bigger market share. We do also programs for students who are still in universities and schools, for training programs for them, where we trained in the past 4 years, we trained more than 1,500 students from higher colleges of technologies. And that program helps students bridge the gap before graduation with the latest emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning, some of these technologies that are recently launched in the market, but might not be available within the academic curriculums. So we help students before they graduate to actually be trained on these and certify them. So when they go to the market and seek jobs, they are well prepared to with the latest technologies and latest trainings. I conclude my presentation with this. I'm happy to answer any questions. I've tried to make this very short and hopefully informative and inspirational. I would be again, I'm open to any questions available. Okay. Abdul Hadi.
I think there's no questions.
Okay, great. Abdul Hadi, I can share these slides with you. If you want to circulate it, and maybe we'll have.
Okay, we already will share the record with participants on our Slack channel.
Thank you very much. It's been my honor to be here to help inspire.
Thank you so much, Rashid, for this great presentation, and see you again, inshallah.
Thank you. Shukran.